I just received breaking news, and so it's with a heavy heart that I must report that they have nerfed the Eazy method. I repeat, the Eazy method has been patched because that is correct. 2K just dropped a new patch, version 1.04 around lunchtime, and in this patch, they have completely cooked the Eric Bischoff Underground Brock Lesnar Roman Reigns method. For those of you who don't know, the community has pretty much been doing this method of grinding the battle pass, or excuse me, the ringside pass. What you would do is you would tweak the settings and you would load up a match into an underground match. You would use Eric Bischoff because he's a 58 overall, and you would use somebody like Brock. And I also seen someone on Twitter say they would use Roman. And so what would happen is you would get a ton of XP for simply completing a match in like 30 seconds because he would just simply put you in a submission. And because Eric Bischoff, again, 58 overall, he would tap out and you would just get a lot of progress. Now, I didn't do it because just for the sake of the show how stupid the ringside pass is. I've been grinding it naturally and I'm still at only like tier 4 or 5. So for those of you who have the standard edition and who weren't able to get into the early access period, I hate to say it, but when you get this game, you are cooked. So in the official patch notes, the statement they put out says, the ringside pass is a brand new feature, so like anything new, it'll require some time and attention to get it just right. We have some adjustments to share with you as part of patch 1.04. So far we've seen the player experience not being exactly what's intended, so we're implementing some changes with patch 1.04. What the hell did you expect? What the hell was the player experience intended with this dumbass pass? And you know what, I'll even be nice. I realistically don't think this was something that the developers themselves came up with. I'm willing to bet some stockholder, some shareholder, somebody, a higher up somewhere on like Take-Two or something, came up with this idea to pretty much milk players. I will willingly guarantee you that. But custom matches will now award RXP. See, I haven't had the chance to play any custom matches yet, but you would think that's something that you shouldn't even have to patch in. Why would a custom match not already give you RXP from the rip? But either way, custom matches will now award RXP. RXP earn rates for matches increased by 20%. And I gotta say, I did play 2 matches. I did play 2 matches immediately after this patch. And now this is what I'm actually confused about. One match I played, Trick and Sammy. The match was a 4.5 star rating match. And my score on the pass went from 435 to 485. So it went up by 50. Then I played another match, JC versus Sol Ruka, and it went up from 485 to 600. And it was a 3.5 star match. And that one got 115, a boost of 115. And so what I'm kind of curious about is, both matches had the same length. They were both 11-minute matches. Why is it that the match that had a lower performance somehow got a higher boost in my ringside pass? I'm like, why? What? But regardless of that, we still do have these bumps and increases of the actual bonus. Previously, you would get 25 for completing the match, but now they bumped it up to +5, so you'll get 30 for completion. Before, you got an 85 win bonus for winning a match. Now your winning bonus has been buffed up to 105. And then of course they say minimum match time requirements added for match win RXP rewards, like I just mentioned earlier with the whole Eazy scheme. The Eazy scheme. If a match is completed faster than 60 seconds, players will receive completion RXP but not additional win bonuses. And they specifically singled it out. They said, we know you're enjoying making Eric Bischoff tap out, but let's give poor Eazy a breather. So it seems like already, just off of the rip, this entire patch is just simply to kind of stop you from being able to rush through the battle pass. They really want you to seriously just milk it and take forever. And so again, man, this whole ringside pass thing is just not consumer friendly. It's not player friendly. They don't respect your time. You just pretty much really went and nerfed something that wasn't even an exploit. It was just a quicker way for people to grind this. And that's what you take out? But aside from just completely screwing over the player base, they also did some regular fixes and stability updates. So, stability and performance improvements, they addressed reported concerns over earnable RXP. They addressed reported concerns over the Game Pass subscriptions being required to access the island in my faction. So for the Xbox people who, and I guess technically maybe even the PC people who might have been affected by that, I'm hoping that it works for you guys now. They also addressed reported concerns over the 2K account linking occasionally not working. Now this is kind of what I'm also interested to say. There's been an issue since the game came out. On opening night for early access, a lot of people genuinely could not get logged into the game. Now, I said it in the first impression video. By the time I got to it, which was maybe 3 or 4 hours later, it worked. But evidently, this was still seemingly an issue. But again, at least they fixed it. They also addressed reported concerns with Dominic's reward mask, which, guess what? I wouldn't even have known it was an issue to begin with because the Ringside Pass takes 100,000 years to complete. So I don't even know what level, I don't even know how you get the reward at all. But apparently, Dom's AAA mask that he uses, you couldn't use it on him for some reason. And now they just fixed it. And then last but not least, they addressed reported concerns of various attacks not working as intended. From playing around in the gameplay, I haven't experienced any of that. Realistically, I haven't experienced any sort of glitches or errors in match gameplay since opening night, and even then, the only real bug I had was one that's been prevalent since 2K24. I think, in 2K24 when they introduced the trading blows sequence, one of the patches kind of fried it, and so at some point, if you keep going back and forth, it'll just make you miss, and it'll completely end the whole sequence. I did experience that, but again, I haven't experienced that since the opening day. So I'm not sure what the reported concerns of attacks not working were, but again, hoping that they probably fixed it. Last but not least, 2K also addressed another issue with the island. They addressed reported concerns over performance issues when playing the island. Most likely this was referring to actual matches, because like I mentioned, I think in the video for patch 1.03, I haven't played an actual match yet, so I can't tell you whether the matches in it were smooth or not. I never really saw anyone else complaining about it since opening night, so this patch, maybe it was a minor issue for just a select few people, but maybe that issue is resolved now. Or then again, in patch 1.05, we'll hear them saying again about, we address reported concerns over performance issues when playing the island. 2K was also generous enough to give us a free locker code, because they said we're also thanking early access players with their locker code, which is MZFGCPCR, which can be redeemed for up to 32,500 VC in WWE 2K26 by 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on March 12th. So aside from patching a few things that some players were having issues with and nerfing the whole Eazy strategy to get through the progression system, the one thing that 2K did not address, and it's been almost a week now, PS5 is still removed from community creations. Yes, you can access the community creations, but you can't access content made by somebody on another platform like Xbox. If they're on that platform, you can't access their creations. 2K, they haven't given any sort of feedback. They haven't given any sort of updates on it. When they first announced it, I assumed it was just going to be for maybe a day or two or just a couple of hours. It's been almost a week and we have no answers. We have no type of news, feedback, or anything. And I'm frustrated because Status, I think he recently made an Edge call and I really want it, but I can't get it. So I'm really hoping 2K can at least give us some sort of clarity on that. But it's 2K. You never know. So man, that's pretty much everything covered in today's update. But I would also like to just say we recently hit 2,000 subscribers. That's actually insane. I do want to specifically say anybody who's ever subbed, anybody who's been here for the longest of time, anybody who's just recently joined, I really appreciate it. I honestly want to specifically thank each and every single one of you if I could. But, if I somehow at any point convinced you to sub to this channel, that I'm genuinely at a loss for words. That really means a lot to me. Hell of a milestone. I'm honestly going to say today is Wednesday. I want to say Thursday, man. Definitely going to be having a big 2,000 subscribers live stream. Gonna be playing some WWE. Toxic Commando comes out tomorrow. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna pull an all-nighter late night stream tonight. If you're still up around that time, let's say 9:30 or 10 p.m., we will be live over on Twitch. Link in the bio. And we're gonna pretty much try to stay up all night. We're gonna be playing a bunch of WWE stuff, doing challenges, during some IGM mode. You know, maybe hey, you guys can help me draft my show. And then once Toxic Commando comes out at 6 a.m., we will be hopping on that as well. And again, but seriously, man, everybody who subbed to the channel, I really appreciate it, man. Like it's the past couple of days, it's been crazy, and I really appreciate you hitting that subscribe, that like button. I really do, man. Thank you. Like I don't know what to say. But man, with that being said, your boy is signing out. Hope you guys really enjoyed the video. I hope you guys are still excited about the season this year. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, man. What do you think about this update? Did you use the Eazy method? Are you upset that it's patched or what? Because I really want to hear a lot of people's opinion on that as well. But I'm out.